Ever wonder what makes a sales pitch really work? Especially in a world like global exports, where so much can go wrong. Well, it's not just about what you're selling, it's about how you build trust. Today, we're going to deconstruct a masterclass in doing just that. We're looking at a pitch from an Indian herbal exporter, and we're going to pull out the blueprint to see how it's built piece by piece.
So, here's the game plan. We'll look at this in 4 parts. First, we'll see how they tackle the buyer's #1 fear. Then, we'll check out the system they built to solve it. After that, we'll get into the hard evidence. And finally, we'll see how they turn a simple sale into a real partnership.
You know, the best pitches don't start by talking about how great you are. They start by showing you get what your customer is going through. And for anyone importing ingredients, the thing that keeps them up at night isn't just the price tag, it's unreliability. And look at this, they dive right in. They ask the exact question that's probably bouncing around the buyer's head. By putting this front and center, they're immediately saying, hey, we get it. We know the risks you're worried about. That's how you start building a connection. And here are the usual suspects. Getting a bad batch can literally shut down a factory's production line. Missing paperwork, that can get a huge shipment stuck at the border for weeks. And if your source is shaky, your whole business is built on thin ice. For a manufacturer, these aren't small hiccups. We're talking about risks that can cost millions.
Okay, so they've laid out the problem perfectly. Now, the pivot to the solution. And notice, it's not some vague promise like, we have great quality. No, it's a system, it's a process, and it's designed to specifically knock down every single one of those problems we just saw.
Now pay close attention to the words here, because this is so smart. They don't say for sale, they say built for repeat supply. That one phrase changes everything. It tells the buyer they're not interested in a one-and-done deal. They're thinking long-term, about being a reliable partner, and that's exactly what a serious buyer wants to hear. This line is a powerhouse. It's such a clear way of setting themselves apart. They're saying, look, we're not one of those massive online stores that list 1,000 products but are experts in none of them. This shows focus, and focus builds trust.
And this slide proves it, right? By showing this very short, focused list, they're sending a powerful message. It says, we know these products inside and out. We control the supply chain. That's the bedrock of quality control.
So, how do they actually make it happen? Well, here it is, their 4-step blueprint for being reliable. Controlled sourcing solves that unreliable supply problem. Pre-dispatch QC and batch matching tackle inconsistent quality. And my favorite, sample before bulk, that puts all the power in the buyer's hands. It lets them see and test the quality for themselves before they commit to a big order. Okay, so we've heard the promise, we've seen the system. But in the B2B world, claims mean nothing without proof. This next section is where things get really interesting, because this is where they back it all up with cold, hard data.
I love this. It's so confident, it sets the stage perfectly. They're basically saying, don't judge us by our words. Judge us by the results, the objective, scientific results. This is how you build some serious credibility.
And here it is, the proof. This is a certificate of analysis, or a COA. Think of it like a report card for the product, but it's not them grading their own homework. This comes from an independent third-party lab. Showing this is 1,000 times more convincing than just saying our product is safe. So what does that report actually tell us? Well, for any ingredient that goes into food or supplements, this is non-negotiable. The lab tests for nasty stuff like E. coli and salmonella, the requirement is that they have to be absent. And the result? Absent. It's not a promise, it's right there in black and white. And you know, the quality system doesn't stop once the product is made. It goes all the way to the packaging. Using the right kind of packaging means that the product that passed all those tests in India is going to arrive at a factory halfway across the world in the exact same perfect condition. All right, so the foundation of trust is solid. They've got a system and they've got proof. The final piece of the puzzle is just making it simple and clear to do business. Let's see how they handle the money side of things. This is another brilliant, transparent move. Instead of being secretive about pricing, they say right up front that they're in line with the market benchmarks for a specific region, in this case, Canada. It shows they've done their homework and they're not trying to pull a fast one. It positions them as a fair partner. And then they just put the price out there. Here's the range for their moringa powder. No hiding, no call us for a quote games. It's just straightforward, clear information. And same thing for their amla powder. This kind of consistency, this transparency, it just reinforces that core message. We are organized, professional, and easy to work with. What's so smart about this is how it maps out a clear path for the customer. trial orders available is the perfect low-risk way to get started. The 500 kilogram minimum sets a clear expectation for ongoing business. And FCL optimization shows they're ready to help you scale up. They're removing any guesswork at every stage.
And this right here is the perfect call to action. It ties the whole story together. It's not pushy, it's not buy now, it's verify. It's basically saying, hey, don't just take our word for it. Don't trust our slides. Trust our system, trust our data, and most importantly, trust the actual product that you can hold in your own hand. So when you step back and look at this whole pitch, you realize they're not just selling herbal powder. They're selling certainty. They're selling peace of mind. And it leaves you with a really interesting question, right? By transforming a sales pitch into an exercise in building trust, can any business in any industry make reliability its